Yeah. I'm on the street lights flicking a muted shimmer. Crowd hum shit with a coded glimmer. Every straight glance paints a faint outline. I decode truth in the space between time. Sharp breath caught in a mid-city shuffle. Thin lip cues in a soft edge scuffle. Mind stays tuned to the low set tremor. Reading each vibe like a seasoned tenor. Thoughts curve tight in the crosswalk tension. I hear more words in the lines they mention. Threads unspooled with a minor inflection. I pull those hints in a clean direction. Citywide posts in a subdued measure. Still I catch tones of the failed treasure. Each half-said phrase is a quiet ledger. I refine notes like a calm appraiser between the unsaid. Truth runs thin. I read that shift where the beats begin. Skyscraper wind pulls the secrets in. I stay composed with a subtle grin. Between the unsaid, cues glow slight. Turn faint sparks in the guiding light. Every straight flick in the edge of night. I catch that cold while they lose their sight. Low hum floats at the metro landing. Thoughts break loose when the pace expands. And small micro moves and the crowd's demanding. Still I sift quiet through the misunderstanding. Each half step tilt shows a hidden angle. Every faint pause forms a loose triangle. Mind follows trails where the roots entangle. I unwind threads others can untangle. Air shift sharp in the back lane weather. Signs jump quick when the streets breathe pressure. I count each beat in the clip scale measure. Find small clues that the night holds treasure. Breath runs smooth through the cramped vibration. Calm voice hums with a neat foundation. Thoughts link tight with no hesitation. Reading whole truths from a thin translation, yeah. Soft tone breaks in a belly their wave. I hold each cue like a keepsake safe. Narrow lane wind in the path I pave. Still I stay firm when the currents misbehave. Between the unsaid, truth runs thin. I read that shit where the beats begin. Skyscraper wind pulls the secrets in. I stay composed with a subtle grin. Between the unsaid, cues glow slight. Turn faint sparks in a guiding light. Every straight flick in the edge of night. I catch that cold while they lose their sight. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Notes drip soft in a hush-bound thread. Still I track signs in the paths ahead. City holds truths and the words unsaid. I breathe them in while the noise stays dead, yeah. Cityscape chatter in a pattern I decode with precision. Follow every ripple like a mission built on quiet intuition. Mind flicks quicker than a lens when it shifts its position. Threading through the chaos with a calm, calculated disposition. Footsteps sync with the hum of the grid. Yeah, the rhythm is kinetic, the line stretching the spiral. Analytic, yet poetic, every microsecond stack up, stacking logic, geometric. Reading every motive in the air, call it urban parametric. Move with a whisper in the word that's obsessively loud. Still I navigate the current with a posture that's grounded and proud. Observations in my pocket, yeah, the insights gather like clouds. Drop them in the bar and the hit, subtle shocking the crowd. Self-check moments as the night folds over the rail. Signals in the distance, riding soft like encrypted tales. Keep it clean with your tone in the balance of scale. Every word map tight, no break, no fail.
Break to break, rope, hey!
Urban drift lines, running in the margins of time. Mind stays prime while the world night grinds. Steps realign with the signs I find. Flow intertwined, yeah, it's all by design. Urban drift lines, steady in the climb. Smooth incline, in the pulse I refine. Urban drift lines, all in stride as the lights combine. Ink thin thoughts stretch long like a crosstown trace. I pace through the data while I read each face. Urban coded whispers in the motion I chase. Slow tone humor slipping in, just a little misplaced. Clockwork cadence, in the breath I regulate. The city tries rushing me, but I calmly delegate. Pathway bending, like the wave from I navigate. Ideas bounce quick, no lag, no hesitate. Layered in a dialogue, looping through my demeanor. Sharper than a skyline, cut, yeah, no toxicity either. Line stack cleaner than a pro-grade streamer. Mature, grown stride, never petty, never mean. A rooftop breeze in the mind, yeah, it keeps me aligned. Sorting out noise from the gold I find. Observing the pressure in the space behind. And flipping that tension into something refined. Reading the air like a diagram hidden in smoke. Eyes locked chill though the pace stays broke. Laugh in the mind when assumptions poke. I move sideways slight, let the moment evoke. Every layer of the night unrolls like a note. Subtle but it hits when the messaging flows. Urban drift lines, running in the margins of time. Mind stays prime while the world night grinds. Steps realign with the signs I find. Flow intertwined, yeah, it's all by design. Urban drift line, steady in the climb. Smooth incline, in the pulse I refine. Urban drift lines, all in stride as the lights come combine. City breath slow. Thoughts unfold. Walk the line I rode. Urban drift in control. Yeah, 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 yeah. What you wanna know? What you wanna know? What you wanna know? Quick step stride through the crosswalk static. Eyes map trends like a sharp schematic. Noise hits hard, but I cut the pattern. Thread that field with a clean held lantern. Billboards flash with the gloss of fiction. I read gaps in a lost depiction. Mind stays tuned with a fluent filter. City spins fast, but I move still quicker. Shadow shift scenes in a wide transition. Pull new facts from the slight omission. Pulse keeps time with a roll vibration. Thoughts run deep in the cold formation. Skies great glare in the dusk reflection. Find real clues in a faint inflection. I pace through lanes with a calm intention. Not one wave can disrupt my tension. Sightline drift when the streets get loud. Focus locked in a spinning crowd. Reading each beat in a shifting cloud. Head stay sharp while the bright lights shout. Sightline drift through the layer frame. Steps stay true in the cross-cut flame. Every faint spark in the noise I claim. Hold my ground in the untamed game. Hand jumps in a glitch rotation. Still I stay sync with a calibration. Out of world wrapped in a restless pattern. I break lines with a smooth hell manner. False fronts lean in a thin projection. I see through with a fine detection. Street signs blur when the pace gets hectic. Mind speeds up but the plan stays metric. Crowd waves bend in a stacked dimension. Lanes fold out in a quick suspension. Thoughts ignite with a low-key friction. Fuel each step in a tight restriction. Moving through storms with a keyed up balance. Echoes fade out as I rise in silence. Every new stride in the night I lift. Focus refined through the sightline drift. Let the buzz roll wide and the colors scatter. I stay clean when the bright lights clatter. Breath stays even though the wild winds batter. Truth cuts through with a thin truth shatter. Sightline drift when the sightline drift when the sightline drift when the streets get loud. Focus locked in a spinning crowd. Reading each beat in a shifting cloud. Head stay sharp while the bright lights shout. Sightline drift through the layer frame. Steps stay true when the cross cut flame. Every faint spark in the noise I claim. Hold my ground in the untamed game. Ground in the untamed game. Footsteps glide through the late night motion. Thoughts pull back to a calm devotion. City keeps shifting but I stay swift. Life in tune with a sightline drift. City pulse in a grid line shimmer. I'm a midnight interpreter, reading every whisper. Footsteps scatter in a fractal pattern. I track that chatter like a lens that sharpens. Glass walls flicker with a coded rhythm. People drift quick with a distant algorithm. My mind runs laps on the map of the district. Insight packed with attack so instant. Crowds move past with a ghost-like motive. I decode motives with a calm that's focused. Breath stays level in a loop of tension. Thoughts spin heavy but the roots ascension. Self-made frame like a forged intention. Every slight wave is a stored dimension. Street light hum with a thin vibration. My stride cuts through the dense migration. No harsh flex but the growth is proven. Layers unfold while the tone keeps moving. Midnight interpreter reading the scene. Seeing every subtle little shift between. Mind stays sharper than the cut of a beam. Walking through the city like I'm tracing a dream. Patterns in the chaos where the logic breathes. Quiet in the center where the noise can't reach. Midnight interpreter setting the stream. Moving with precision in a world unseen. Clock hand circle with a muted echo. Traffic ties pushing a fluid tempo. I slip through lines with a measured angle. In a monologue in a steady tangle. Skyscrape fields with a cool distortion. Frames replay in a smooth contortion. Every quick glance is a thread I follow. Reading their stance from the weight they swallow. Shadows tilt sideways under passing headlights. Whispers drift wide like a low set tailwind. Insight stacks in a chain of reflections. I stay intact in the wave of projection. Steps hit ground with a crisp precision. Thoughts expand through a sharp without revision. Self-built calm in the noise collision. Raised from the grid of a quieter decision. No need brag, but the craft is mine. Sketch from the truth in a refined design. I stay aligned with the subtle vibration. Heart rate sync to the urban foundation. Eyes take notes from the crowd rotation. Mind draws mass from the fluctuation. Yeah. Midnight interpreter reading the scene. Seeing every subtle little shift between. Mind stays sharper than the cut of a beam. Walking through the city like I'm tracing a dream. Patterns in the chaos where the logic breathes. Quiet in the center where the noise can't reach. Midnight interpreter set in the stream. Moving with precision in a world unseen. With a calm directive, every quiet sign in my sight's perspective. Past stays clean with a high selective. Midnight interpreter always reflected. Yeah. Yeah, street line shimmer in a quick distortion, brisk contortion, thin proportion, shift according to my inner orbits, rhythm sources coursing through a vivid fortress. Mind stays lifted in the prism's portrait, minute pulses in the midtown breeze. Intent degrees aligned through beats I bend with ease. Condensed belief, steps I keep half a center reach. Extended speech threaded through the dense concrete. Read the edge motif, night coded windows, hinted hidden angles, vivid channels, things to enamel on my vision panel, crisp and ample, wrist dismantle when I sift through samples and ignite my mantle with a driven handle. Yeah. I ride the edge of the frame I built, clean line shape from the days I tilt. Mine's tuned tight when the haze gets filled. Still I slide through the static with a weightless will. I ride the edge of the frame I built, clean line shape from the days I tilt. Mine's tuned tight when the haze gets filled. Still I slide through the static with a weightless will. Yeah. High rise logic with a quiet motive, silent focus, time erodes in defining codings, wired loaded, find me folding every line I quoted, bright and noted. Through the tides I float where the signs are coded. Grid like tension in the night's precision, sight decisions threaded through the titan friction of my life's revisions. Mild collisions teach the right provisions till the light cuts in on the heightened rifts and minor schisms. Clean transition in a calm bravado, long legato drawn from models through the dawn and shadow. Every part I swallow carves the motto of a mind still sharp in the far time follow. When the pulse runs thin, I don't sway. When the shift comes in, I don't fade. Every breath locked into place till I frame my path through the day. I ride the edge of the frame I built, clean line shape from the days I tilt. Mine's too tight when the haze gets filled. Still I slide through the static with a weightless will. I ride the edge of the frame I built, clean line shape from the days I tilt. Mine's too tight when the haze gets filled. Still I slide through the static with a weightless will. Late night hawks and the skylines flame, slow bright marks in the line domain. Each stride sparks what the mind sustains, and I rise aligned on the edge of the frame, yeah. Yeah, dot ties rent a tight formation. Mind writes lines through the slight vibrations. Heartbeat tabs like a crisp notation. Paste in the haze of a wide rotation. Still gray dawn with a calm transition. Head stays firm with a sharp cognition. Pressure in the air but I move persistent. Steps stay clean in the loop persistent. Inner flame held with a cool precision. Logic in the lace with a deep incision. Past echoes pulsing the faint recurrence. Still I stand tall with a tight endurance. Built from the grit of a low-key chapter. Phrase by phrase I refine my stature. Eyes locked forward in a quiet surge. Balancing the factors as the thoughts converge. Equation of nerve on a razor line. Keeping all the currents in a tight design. Head stays focused while the waves combine. Holding every moment in a coded spine. I walk that measure where the noise climbs high. Stillness in the center where the truths align. Equation of nerve in a tilted sky. Reading every shift as the hours slide by, yeah. Yeah. Circles repeat in a muted cycle. Mind stays lit like a tuned revival. Footsteps knock with a measured cadence. Time runs thin, but I keep my patience. Soul scars hum in a distant layer. Lessons carved deep from a prior prayer. Every move built with a temper filter. Thoughts break loose, then I pull them quicker. Still I rise with a stern composure, crafting each word with a tight exposure. Self-made calm through the silent pressure. Strength in the craft, not the loudest gesture. I thread through doubt with a steady axis. Shift those clouds when the weight attacks this. Hold my frame with a grounded stance. Reading every rhythm in the crowded trance. Breathing slow as the tremors gather. Hold that tone as the measures scatter. Mind aligns where the thin lines shatter. I stay whole when the echoes splatter. Equation of nerve on a razor line, keeping all the currents in a tight design. Head stays focused while the waves combine, holding every moment in a coded spine. I walk that measure where the noise climbs high, stillness in the center where the truths align. Equation of nerve in a tilted sky, reading every shift as the hours slide by. Yeah, calm restored in the layer motion, thoughts in sync with the rising quotient. Every faint tremor in the night I chart, equation of nerve beating deep in the heart. Yeah. Footsteps trace through the corridor pressure. Mindset clean with a baseline measure. Break that haze with a quick fold lecture. Words hit sharp in a tight-knit vector. Rhythm unwraps in the skyline shelter. Calm but precise in the offbeat weather. Everything clue in the crosswind texture. I pull close like a postborn treasure. Thoughts flash bright in a coded pattern. Streets bend slow but my strides go faster. Filter out noise in the nighttime chatter. Truth floats up when the false tones scatter. Whole scene shifts when my breath resets. Trace new maps with the ink I sketch. Stack each note with a quiet finesse. Rise through cities that test my steps. Pulseframe Recall in a deep night hum. Memory sparks when the low drums drum. Every faint sign in the dark I thumb. Mind stays sharp while the echoes run. Pulseframe Recall through the blurred out lane. I stay tuned when the tides constrain. Reading each beat in a subtle brain. Hold my line in the unseen chain. Street lights blink with a glitch reflex. Still I hold firm in the layer context. Thought stream spins with a dense index. Mark each shift when the truth connects. Fractions fall out in the Sightline Drift. I breathe slow when the tight waves lift. Edges turn soft when the haze grows thick. But I cut clear with a fine-tuned pick. Clock hands swing in a strange rotation. Yet I stay straight with a calm foundation. Straight tones rise with a faint vibration. I realign through the wild translation. Frontline stance in a worn-out district. Eyes read signs when the codes grow cryptic. Night resets with the air I sip. Strength comes back in the pulse-frame lift. Voices warp in the backstreet glow. Still I track each bend in the undertow. Hands stay steady as the currents flow. Truth comes clear when the noise runs low. Pulseframe Recall in a deep night hum. Memory sparks when the low drums thrum. Every faint sign in the dark I thumb. Mind stays sharp while the echoes run. Pulseframe Recall through the blurred out lane. I stay tuned when the tides constrain. Reading each beat in a subtle brain. Hold my line in the unseen chain. Steps sharp calm in the long lens frame. Thoughts stay warm through the shifting flame. City moves wide but I hold my aim. Pulseframe etched with my steady claim. Margins fold in the side lane motion. Thoughts push clean through the tide swept ocean. Read each cue with a high tone notion. Steps hold firm in the citywide quotient. I'm half thin lines in the glitch born static. Shift through signals that move erratic. Breath stays calm when the pace gets manic. Mind rewires in the frame systematic. Contours break in the midnight press. I thread fine roots through the cluttered stress. Scan each detail, the crowd compress. I rise untouched in the layer finesse. Angles tighten with a faint vibration. Still I cut neat through the dense rotation. Echoes pull back in a vague translation. Rhythm aligns in my calibration. Margin echo drift in the skyline haze. Traced in roots through the nighttime maze. Mind stays wide with a clear lens gaze. Hold my pace while the whole world sways. Margin echo drift through the crosswalk hum. Pulse runs deep with a low beats drum. Read each shift when the straight thoughts come. I stay sharp while the air goes numb. The framework bends in the off-hour circuit. Still I keep tuned to the tone beneath it. Small signs rise when the crowd's distorted. I catch each hint before others read it. Late night curve in a faint misalignment. Flash quick notes with a quiet refinement. Truth shows clear through the low-lit climate. I weigh each cue in a sound assignment. Patterns loop in a thin edge measure. I sift through noise for the hidden treasure. Thoughts press close with a calm composure. Still I push forward with a steady pressure. Long range hum in the dust line street. I catch the vibe when the tones repeat. Margins fade but the core stays neat. I reclaim ground in a subtle heat. Soft hum shifts in the background glow. I breathe deep when the currents flow. Hold that line in the undertow. Stay composed when the straight winds blow. Margin echo drift in the sky haze. Traced in roots through the nighttime maze. Mind stays wide with a clear lens gaze. Hold my pace while the whole world sways. Margin echo drift through the crosswalk hum. Pulse runs deep with a low beats drum. Read each shift when the straight thoughts come. I stay sharp while the air goes numb. Frames unwind in a slow depth shine. Still I move straight through the borderline. City breathes out in a sliding climb. Margin echo drift becomes my sign. Signal breaks wide in a highline cluster. Crowds drift loose in a midtown fluster. Thoughts stay crisp when the tones get louder. I sift through haze like a cold wave router. Night run hum in the gridlock pressure. Still I move tight through the cross lane measure. Mind rise sharp with the cool edge texture. Lines stay clean in the long form lecture. Street post jumps in a vibe collision. I pass each cue with a split vision prism. Noise spreads thin in the rush transition, but I keep calm with a lock precision. Frames unfold in the blood migration. Truth leaks out in the faint vibration. I breathe through waves in a neat formation. Reading each shift like a coded narration. Signal overrun in the midnight sprawl. Noise breaks heavy but I stand tall. Doors cut clean through the downtown call. Hold my pace when the wild winds fall. Signal overrun in the grid line spin. Read each flick from the rush within. Crowds lose track while the streets grow thin. Still I rise where the truths begin. Map folds quick in the side route static. Stray bits move in a swirl erratic. Mind stays warm in the cold chromatic. I track each vibe in the tone schematic. Crosswalk glare with a half-made tension. Notes glide sharp in a low suspension. Hints slip through with a small dimension. Still I decode with a crisp intention. Late night drift in a faint misread. I find slow beats in the rush stampede. Thin line routes in the neon free speed. I keep that thread with a calm proceed. Sound breaks tight in a hush vibration. Thoughts link fast in a trim rotation. Words fall short of the information, but I hold truth in the sync formation. City hums wild in the deep set glow. Still I breathe slow when the currents grow. Edgeline signs in the undertow. I hold that map everywhere I go. Single overrun in the midnight sprawl. Noise breaks heavy but I stand tall. Thoughts cut clean through the downtown call. Hold my pace when the wild winds fall. Single overrun in the grid line spin. Read each flick from the rush within. Crowds lose track while the streets grow thin. Still I rise where the truths begin. Still I rise where the truths begin. Still I rise where the truths begin. Air false light in the calm incline. Still I trace cues through the blood skyline. Signal overrun in the threaded design. I stay aligned on the inner line, yeah. Yeah. Yeah, step through rush hour haze with a measured tone. Mind run circuits as the avenues drawn. Patterns in the pulse of the street get shown. Reading every shift from the undertow grown. Heartbeat sank with the rise of a crosswalk hum. Thoughts loop sharp like a snare's tight drum. Every glance from the crowd feels faint yet numb. But I filter through the chaos till the signals come. Smooth fever building in the coil of pace. Rest stays even while the world misplaced. People paint motives in the blur they trace. I decode the hidden math in the look on their faces. Energy could serve in a fold of my stance. Nothing overdone, just a balanced advance. Let the city keep buzzing with its restless chance. I stride in a rhythm where the inside expands. Equilibrium drift, moving clean through the ambient spin. Focus held tight as the frequencies thin. Noise all around, but the calm sits within. Reading every motion like a whispering. Equilibrium drift, no rush, no sin. Still I cut clear through the clutter and then equilibrium drift. Holding my frame while the pulses begin. Oh yeah. Street lamp flicks and the color tone bands. I hear faint patterns in the breath it sends. Steps align quick with the vibe that extends. This grown man logic never breaks or pretends. Conversations scatter in the air like dust, but I weigh each fragment with a patient trust. Mind reroutes quick when the angles adjust. Keeping all moves modest yet robust. Oh yeah. Syllables stepping at a constant rate. Mapping out stories from the smallest trait. Every misread moment I recalibrate. Turn noise into knowledge before it inflates. Urban breeze sliding past the storefront paint. Hints of decisions in a passing train. All these micro messages ride my brain till they settle in a meaning I can't explain. I watch the blurry shape, feel the hum mutate. Everything in motion, but my mind stays straight. Let the whole world isolate. I keep balance in the flux I navigate. Equilibrium drift, moving clean through the ambient spin. Focus held tight as the frequencies thin. Noise all around, but the calm sits within. Reading every motion like a whispering. No rush, no sin. Still I cut clear through the clutter and then equilibrium drift. Holding my frame while the pulses begin. Oh yeah. Breathe, rise low. Steps stay alive.